Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Melody Rodarte. I am an internal medicine physician in Phoenix, Arizona, the area. I'm double boarded in internal medicine and obesity medicine, and also have certifications in hyperbaric medicine, wound care, and aesthetics. And it's all to say that I absolutely love practicing medicine. I love keeping people healthy and out of the doctor's office, which was quite the concept to say when I started back in 2005. And what I'm hoping tonight is a lot of you who are tuning in have heard the term proactive immunity, proactive health, being preventative, because if you haven't, I know for sure you will learn something tonight. And if you have, I'm excited to share more with you about what I am passionate about. And hopefully you will still learn something or will build upon some of your knowledge. Like I said, I'm all about keeping people healthy, and with that takes you being proactive. It's not waiting till you get a disease or you have a health ailment that you then go in and seek assistance. It's knowing what is in your genetics. We'll get to that in a minute. It's knowing what's in your family lineage, what type of lifestyle you have, and then going, okay, I'm going to team up with people who are like-minded, whether they're physicians or health practitioners, and knowing how to live your best life. And that is something I talk about all the time. I love when people come to me for weight loss. They want to know what the quickest fix is. And I always tell them, I'm not the doctor for you if you want a quick fix. What I want to do is team up with you and have a healthy lifestyle. And of course, there might be a couple quick fixes, but overall, it's what are we doing to stay healthy and out of the doctor's office? So tonight, I want to share something with you that I am incredibly passionate about. It's been 6 years now. I can't stop talking about some of these products. And I am so blessed that one of my colleagues and his wife wanted to share this with me 6 years ago, because they had no clue what I was going through at the time. They didn't know that my son had an autoimmune condition that I wanted to figure out how else to help him with. And as I mentioned earlier, with me doing medical aesthetics and wound care, I kind of had some ideas of what to do and they weren't working. So they didn't know that my mom was a 2-time cancer survivor. And I was trying to figure out a couple of things for her and thinking about me and my daughter and what were things that we could do in our, for our health to prevent, getting breast cancer later on in our lives. What could we do preventatively, right? There's that word again. And so I am so thankful that I got to hear about this 6 years ago, because I thought I already knew a lot, but that's what happens when you come out of residency. Sometimes you think you know too much, but every day I am learning new things and constantly going to conferences, because it is the practice of medicine. It's not one and done. And so with that, I'm going to get started. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just excited for you to listen in, to learn, and have a discussion later with the person who invited you to this webinar. So let me do this. All right. So the company that I'm going to be sharing the products on is called Lifevantage. It is an incredible company. And Lifevantage began in the lab with a single question: is declining health something we have to simply accept as part of getting older? Well, our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. And what we've realized is the genes that you are born with are not going to express themselves without, knowing what you are exposed to. So about 95 to 97% of your genes, you can control how they are expressed. About anywhere 2 to 3 to 4%, some people will say 5%, they're going to express themselves. But isn't that incredible to know that just because your mom had breast cancer doesn't mean you're going to have breast cancer, or because everybody in your family has diabetes, you're going to have diabetes? We can help our gene expression. And this is the term that I want you to know. It's by using activation. You can address the leading theories of health decline and aging. And so that is what I really want to share with you. I'm going to show you how you can activate your cells. You can activate your body. What an incredible verb, activation. And so the first theory that causes aging is oxidative stress. So the body is constantly bombarded by oxidative stress. You cannot get away from it. And unfortunately, there hasn't been really great things of reducing oxidative stress until recently, us talking about these pathways that you're going to learn about. And what we used to use would be antioxidants, and they do a good job, but they don't do a great job, especially as we grow older. And when oxidative stress hurts a cell, well, that cell makes up our tissues, and that tissue makes up our organ. And then we look over to the right-hand side, and you can see that multiple organs make our bodies up, and oxidative stress can directly affect each and every one of them. And depending how your genes are expressed and my genes are expressed, it's going to look differently as we age. And so what are some of those things that cause oxidative stress? Well, our diet, smoking, medications, pollution, inactivity. The flip side of that is rigorous activity, alcohol, toxins, pesticides, herbicides, and then the wireless system. And I will tell you, in this past year, stress has caused so much oxidative stress. And so that is one of the leading causes. And we want to know, how can we reduce oxidative stress? So back in 2005, an ABC primetime investigative report with John Quinones was done regarding this first product that I'm going to tell you about. It's a product that had been sold since 2003. And once this ABC primetime investigative report aired, it was a slew of just information that came out. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you a small clip, because this is where my story began. This is what my friend let me listen to, my colleague, because it's just, who doesn't like listening to John Quinones? So I'll be back in about 3 minutes. I want you to see this short clip.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. So the result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's
at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
So after that aired, people did look it up. And the neatest part for me as a physician is major universities wanted to start doing research using the product, the brand product. And for me, after I watched that, I literally went home and I went to pubmed.gov. You're going to see that on the left-hand side. That is where all peer-reviewed journal articles are. And I typed in Protandim. And 6 years ago, there were 16 peer-reviewed articles. Tonight, if you go, there are over 25 peer-reviewed articles there for you to thumb through. I'm going to tell you, some of you are going to think it's written in another language, but it's incredible for us who know how to read through these to just know that there are all of these journal articles with the branded name in it, which is incredible because in the past, my patients usually bring me something and I will tell them I can't see some of these seals of approval or journal articles that I'm looking for. And for me to see that there were 16 articles for me to go through that night, my jaw dropped. So these are just a few of the other universities and institutions that started those studies. So what is Protandim? You heard some of those herbs that John Quinones was talking about: milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, green tea, and turmeric. And a lot of these you may already know about, but this combination is incredible. This combination is activating the NRF2 pathway. And this pathway is responsible for antioxidant production, for your cells to be releasing antioxidants, ones that are so important. And so on the right-hand side, you're going to be seeing that we are reducing oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. And that is with a human study. It is increasing superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione. Who has not heard of glutathione in this past year? We are supporting the body's natural ability to repair and rejuvenate its own cells. We are supporting natural detoxification. We're neutralizing 1 million free radicals every second. That is this product called NRF2 Protandim. And you can see those seals of approval there on the left-hand side. These are third parties that are, one, giving you the BSCG seal of approval, the Banned Substance Control Group. So athletes can take this and not worry about doping. And the NSF, just what is on the label is in the bottle. So important. So some of you might need a visual. So when you eat a blueberry, when you take an orange, when you have vitamin C in a pill, you are neutralizing 1 free radical at a time, one and done, okay? When you activate the NRF2 pathway, you are neutralizing 1 million to 1. That is the biggest difference here. That is the difference, between supplementation and activation. Another great visual for those of you is taking these by themselves. You're going to see NRF2 activation. That's great. These are great. I want you to do, like, drink your green tea. But wouldn't you rather take a Protandim tablet that is 18 times more effective with neutralizing free radicals, every day? That's why I love this slide here. And this is what Washington State University is saying about the NRF2 pathway. It may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. This is an incredible pathway. You need to learn about it if you have never learned about this pathway. So let's kind of put that on the side, and let me tell you about a couple other activators. The other is helping mitochondria. So some of you might only remember that you drew like this circle with a squiggly line in junior high, and it made ATP, and that meant energy, and that was it. But it's more than that. Our mitochondria are so important, and we are learning about that in the last few years, that it's more than just energy. And as we grow older, unfortunately, our mitochondrial function declines, and mitochondrial biogenesis, that's a really big word, is not occurring like it needs to. And so the answer to that is helping the mitochondria. Well, that is through the NRF1 pathway. And so the NRF1 pathway is responsible for mitochondrial biogenesis. You can see that long word there on the left side of the screen. And you'll notice it's another group of incredible ingredients: acetylcarnitine, quercetin. We've heard a lot about that lately. Grape skin seed pulp extract, alpha lipoic acid, and coenzyme CoQ10. What we are allowing this switch to turn on is helping our mitochondria. When our cellular energy increases, we feel better, and we are slowing the aging process. What the mitochondria does too is it actually supports our chromosomal integrity. And so that is so important to slow down the aging process, is being able to keep our chromosomes healthy as they are then, duplicating. So you can see on here that it's actually improving sleep quality and cellular repair, as well as supporting our brain and cognitive functions, our healthy circulatory and cardiovascular system as well. And then here's our third theory of aging, and it's the decline in sirtuin activity. Our sirtuins are incredibly responsible when they need to help a process called autophagy. When a cell is not healthy, we want it to be removed. We need autophagy to be happening. And so sirtuins are kind of like the CEO of the cell, telling everybody what to do. Well, what helps sirtuin activity is an enzyme called NAD. And we want to help sirtuin activity to slow down the aging process. So that is our NAD synergizer here. And you're going to see the 4 main ingredients there: tea, cream, wasabi, japanese extract, cuprous nicotinate, and olive leaf extract. When we help the NAD production, we are helping our sirtuin activity. When that happens, we're supporting healthy longevity, we're improving mental focus and concentration, we're supporting positive mood and motivation, we are boosting mental and physical energy, we're supporting the body's healthy inflammatory response. I always stop here because so many people are worried about inflammation. Well, a little bit of inflammation is okay. It's telling the body there's something going on here. Can you send help? We need to figure this out. A lot of inflammation is bad. Inflammation that is not controlled is bad. And so we want to support a healthy inflammatory response. And that is what an NAD synergizer is doing. We are helping to maintain cholesterol levels already in the healthy range. Cholesterol is not bad. There are bad levels of cholesterol, but overall we want a healthy cholesterol. It helps us make hormones and everything else. And we want to support a healthy vascular system. And so the 3 of these put together are called the Protandim Tri-Synergizer group. They are all non-GMO, no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. What these are activators. And so to me, I love this slide. Some of you might be like, it's a little too confusing. All you need to know is there are certain genes that we can monitor to see how our cell is doing. And they're there on the bottom, okay? There's NRF2 gene, an NRF1 gene, and an NAD gene, okay? So each product alone, you're gonna notice that there's activation here. But when you put them together, you're going to see in the blue how there is synergy. And that's just incredible to be able to talk about and to see how 1 + 1 is not 2 here. That is the beautifulness of synergy. And so let's just kind of bring it together, because I know that might be a lot. NRF2 is the oxidative stress theory of aging. We are helping our body produce antioxidants to reduce oxidative stress, okay, and to help the detoxification process. NRF1 is the mitochondrial theory of aging, helping our mitochondria and mitochondrial biogenesis. And the third is NAD and the sirtuin theory of aging, the decline with aging. And so this is created to target NAD and NAD dependent pathways to activate sirtuin proteins and healthy longevity. This is our Protandim Tri-Synergizer. So this company is just incredible in making products that have specific NRF2 activators or other activators in them. They are clean products, which I love as well. And so this is kind of an array of the products that are available. The top middle, that Axio, is NRF2 activation for the brain. I love it because there's one that's caffeinated, one that's decaffeinated. It has like quercetin and DMAE and L-theanine, just incredible ingredients for a healthy brain energy drink instead of a caffeinated monster drink that crashes you. There's a probiotic that's incredible. Like I said, get back to the person who invited you. These are incredible products that we can go through and talk through in more detail. But I do want to spend just a few minutes here on the newest kid on the block. And this is our daily wellness that just came out. And the reason why I want to bring it up is so many of us are trying to do what's called proactive immunity. And I don't know if you've ever heard of herd strength, but there's a difference between herd immunity and herd strength. I want us to be proactive, like we've been talking about, and take control of our health. That can provide then herd strength, because so many of us are taking care of ourselves. We're less likely to see a lot of illnesses. And so this drink, it has 5 key ingredients that you probably know, the very 3 ingredients that you're seeing on the left. So zinc, vitamin C, and D. Those are not really new kids on the block. But elderberry might be to you, which is an incredible ingredient. And this fermented yeast extract. It is not yeast, it's actually metabolites of yeast. And what these do, and I put it on there on the right-hand side because I had a feeling you might not have heard about it, is it's proven to support immune strength. It's a postbiotic composed of proteins, fibers, polyphenols, vitamins, and much more. And we're supporting and strengthening all 3 systems of our immune health. And it's a once a day. So the difference here is, you know, a lot of us, when we start feeling that scratchy throat or we're not feeling great, we are pounding vitamin C and everything else that we can get our hands on. This is not made for that. This is made to use daily in order to help support our immune strength. That's the key difference here. This is not a Band-Aid to hurry up and put onto something. This is something to just really help us function every day. That's what I really love about this. It tastes great too. And so this is called Daily Wellness. So I want to take a break here and kind of just say, you know, stories are better when you share them. And now that I've been a part of this company for over 6 years, I can tell you story after story, not only in my family, but of my patients, my friends, my colleagues. And if this is something that, you know, is really interesting to you to use personally, I think it's great for you to talk to the person who invited you. If you are someone who loves to talk, I definitely am someone who loves to teach and to talk, and especially when I know it's something that can help somebody's health. I want to share my stories. I want to share what I know. And so if you are someone who loves to share, we want to talk more with you as well, because these are products that, one, even customers pay the wholesale price and get free shipping. But those of you who want to be what we call as, like, you know, a part of our team, we want to talk more about that. Why? Because the wellness industry is just booming and oxidative stress is not going anywhere. And we have an answer to those who are looking at reducing oxidative stress. I love this graph because it's showing the exponential growth of the studies on oxidative stress. We have figured out that we must reduce it in order to slow down the aging process. And you can see here, the wellness category is growing year after year after year. And I wish we had, you know, a 2021 line on there, but, you know, there's been a 60+ increase in wellness sales in the last 8 years. And a lot of us now understand what preventative health looks like. And we are looking for products in order to have wellness and not just take a medication or a Band-Aid. And believe you me, as a physician, I will prescribe a medication, but what if I can do things and help someone have their best life and activate their cells prior to needing a medication? I think that's what we really need to be looking into. And so this is a perfect meld of being able to work from home or anywhere, to use social sharing. You can have a virtual office, minimal business assets, no inventory requirements, and it's a personal online store. And so I want to say, so many people want to ask me, like, you're a physician, why are you, why do you do this? Well, I want to tell you that I can't stop talking about this, and I love sharing. And the very first practice I was in, he walks in, I'm a brand new graduate, it's like 2006. And he looks at me and he says, if you want to be a physician and, and actually make money, you need to have other things that you are doing. He literally said that to me on my first day. And I thought to myself, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. That was my nice welcome. And a lot of people are wanting to have multiple sources of income. Who doesn't want a multiple source of income, or a side gig is what I hear about. And what I love about this is I've been able to grow this on the side. My first passion is being a physician. And part of that is helping people stay healthy. Well, these kind of fit in where I could talk to people about products that are incredible. And by sharing this, I've been able to grow this business quite well. And it's allowed me to then do even more things. And so I want you to get back to the person who shared this with you, and I want you to let them know that you want more information, you would like to become a customer, or would you like to be on our team and to talk about this more and potentially have a side business or have a full-time business. That's the joy of this, is you get to decide how active you are in this. And if you are someone who gets excited about health and wellness, in my opinion, it's definitely a no-brainer to want to share. And so with that, I want to close this off and just say, thank you so much for allowing me the time to just speak into hopefully your health life tonight, or if you're watching this at another time. But this company has given me an incredible platform to teach and train others. And I am incredibly grateful for that. And I'm incredibly grateful for the health that it has been able to, just put forth to people. And so with that, I want to say good night. Thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and know that there is a better way. You can proactively do things for your health. So good night.